Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 10 Minutes Astrology. Once a week, we will be here to share how to study astrology. And for this series, we focus on retrograde and the stationary planet. Now we are already advanced in Jupiter retrograde. Hello,
Yes,
Alejo. I forget. I just talking and I totally forget you there.
it's nice. It's nice. It's Jupiter expanding. So
Yeah,
yes, Jupiter retrograde today,
yeah,
and it's not such an unusual position, I would say,
yeah.
because Jupiter moves a little bit slower. So these planets that move slowly, they often go retrograde.
Yeah, I think from Jupiter onward, they usually spend around 3 or 4 months in the
Yeah.
retrograde motion. So the one thing I want to share with you is like Sue Tompkins. When I was study with her, she usually say, you know what? The outer planet retrograde, it doesn't really make difference because one third part of people have the senior retrograde. So just shouldn't make a fuss about it. I just feel her view is very interesting.
I kind of share her view. Like I think
Yeah,
Jupiter and Saturn maybe are a little bit more meaningful
yeah,
when you work with natal chart. But then when you work with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto retrograde, I feel like it's more about the generation than the
yeah,
personal.
yeah. So talk about the Jupiter retrograde. Could that be tricky? Because it's like Mars. Mars is an outgoing, outward thing. Also, Jupiter is about the future. It's going out and expansion. But now it is retrograde. Does that mean retracted?
I would say maybe there is a sense of, Jupiter coming from within. So because Jupiter and Saturn, they're social planets. So usually they, the values they have, the codes they are based on have to do with some social ideas. So when I mean social ideas, I mean ideas shared with the people that are around your same age. Now, when Jupiter goes retrograde, I think it creates a more of a personal approach to Jupiter. So Jupiter is about, the purpose of life. Why is life
Mm.
meaningful to you? What gives meaning to your life? And that's why you expand in that direction, right? So if Jupiter is retrograde, I would say first there's a sense of expansion that comes from within. So a sense of purpose is found not so much with what we do outside, but with what we do with our own inner world. And secondly, I would say the sense of belief, the sense of purpose comes from within also. It's not imposed by others. So what's meaningful to me comes from my own experiences perhaps and my own ideas. So maybe there's a sense of independence also in this Jupiter, or yeah, uniqueness, authenticity.
Yeah, I like your approach. That's true. If we think about the retrograde motion, it's a different way, a unique way. It's not really follow everyone else's path. And that does make sense because when we think about the Jupiter, the traditional way to think about Jupiter would be relate to the belief, what you believe and your view of the world, or your view of the life, your opinion. And this Jupiter, when they go retrograde, they have to go back to re-examine it. So does that mean, they are, like you say, they have to find their own way, their own approach toward to the outside world, or their expansion come within. I really love that come within. That sounds so powerful. That sounds really, really interesting.
Yes, very much. Yes. And I would say I have Jupiter retrograde.
Oh, confess now.
And yes,
Sorry.
I never share anything about my chart, but I
I
would say
know.
I have Jupiter retrograde. And when I was a flight attendant, what most people used to tell me was that my sense of what's good and what's right was very unusual. It was very based on my own ideas and opinions, and that I did not follow like what the company told us is the correct thing to do.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that is so interesting. Thank you for sharing with us. I think this is very important. This is very important with a Jupiter retrograde person. The what is the moral? What is the truth? What is the good? and what is bad. That is really based on your exam. It's not what I say is not it's not personal, or what I say is it's not when I say when my family or my teachers say this, you say okay, I believe in that. No, I
Exactly.
have to go to exam by myself. So I want to talk about the stationary, because a stationary Jupiter is a very, very interesting, and it usually happen around the just it's I think it's around the 117 degree. Is around try again, and it's very interesting. They are stationary, with the sun try Jupiter like a Mars. So it's very, very interesting, that stationary position. And then they focus on maybe like a Jupiter theme about expansion, or more simple way about the higher education, about the opinion, about the belief system, about their experience with a foreign country, but also what they believe. Somehow it could be also related to, like in the astrology, the Jupiter also related to the publication, or
Yeah, it's true.
the
Yes.
praise. So they may focus on what does news say, or not really news, but the publication, or what does other people's view, what is religion, or what is about our future. That would be quite interesting. What would our future like?
Yes.
Yeah. So should we check a chart example? I heard
Yes,
about
for
you
sure.
prepare
I can
example.
share.
Yes.
Yes, I can share a chart example. So this is Helena Blavatsky. So she was
Mhm.
born on the 12th of August, 1831 at 2:17 a.m. in Ekaterinoslav, Ukraine. And I hope this program is okay. I apologize if the name is not right or yeah. Um, so so here we have her chart, and we can see Jupiter retrograde at 17 degrees of Aquarius. And Helena Blavatsky was the founder of the Theosophical Society, and her
Mm.
whole approach was that we need to revisit all of the philosophies and religions of the past because there's secret wisdom in there. And there's this like she was trying to make all of them become one. So basically her idea was that all of these are different paths to God, but there is no one path, that all of them are different paths to God. So if you want to be part of the Theosophical Society, you would work within, you would have to work with yourself, you would have to renounce to many things in this world in order to become better human being. So no one outside could tell you. It was like this sense of, maybe there was, I think, probably within the school or the sect, I don't know how to call it. Probably there was a sense of this is what you're
Mhm.
supposed to do. So there was a sense of, but it was quite different, quite controversial, if you want, or revolutionary by the time. Because
Yeah.
nowadays, this idea that all religions are one and that all religions point to the same God is a very postmodern idea. For now, it's like for us, it's very normal to think about this. And actually, it's very normal to think about this because of the Theosophical Society. Some people don't know about the Theosophical Society, but the Theosophical Society has influenced so much all of the other beliefs in the world. This is, I'm quoting Nick Campion here. And so I really see this Jupiter in retrograde, this idea of going back to the wisdom of the path, finding
Mm.
meaning in this wisdom of the path, and this sense of, she was very heavily criticized for doing this. Uh, so this idea of this sense of meaning and purpose that's coming from within, yes.
Beautiful. We not only see in this chart, it's not only the Jupiter retrograde, so it's conjunct with Uranus and opposite her sun, and also kind of conjunct with her nodal axis. This is how we see it. And then they both are square, form the T square with Chiron. And that was so beautiful, like the way you say, re-examine the God and you renounce a lot of things. That was like yes, I really enjoy her character and her role play in the, in the what should I say, in the spirituality. The today's how we see the religion, or how the spirituality word to see things. And very interesting. I have my personal experience is early this year. I was give a talk in New York, and that was the Theosophical Society in New York.
Ah, yes.
And that was where they start the very that was a
Wow.
very important base, a camp
Wow.
in the new world in that time. And outside the library has her photo. I was so excited. I tried to grab my iPhone to do a selfie with her photo, and you know what happened? My hand was wobbling, so the photo was a little bit twisted. I was so funny. I just feel like she doesn't want to be filmed or something.
Your
And then
spirit telling you, no, you're not allowed.
or something like the photo was a very interesting image. I will show you next time. And the photo was become a wrap, a spiral. Photo was become a spiral. The kind of like I was being drawn into the past or something to taking a photo with her, and that was so funny. I really love that moment. And today, when you say we're going to talk about her, I say, oh yes, I love her. I love her way to approach it, because it does have an impact to us today, how we see the religions or spirituality in very different way.
I agree. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Wow, thank you, Alejo. This Jupiter retrograde things is so interesting. And next week, we're going to talk about
Saturn.
Saturn. Yes, Saturn retrograde and Saturn stationary. I have Saturn stationary.
Ah, actually, it shows. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think it does. Yes.
Okay, well, see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye, everyone.